Yowie, Ninibang, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related, and I'm coming back at you with another review of the reissue of the War for Cybertron Siege line. But again, this is the Netflix reissue, so we get this beautiful new packaging and things like that. And I should mention, I guess, the now unfortunately delayed Netflix War for Cybertron Siege cartoon that's going to be coming out. Really disappointed. You can have a look and see my news article on that, and I'll post that down in the link here to explain why we're now getting this delayed, unfortunately. But today we are going to look at Chromia, as we always do. Let's start off by looking at the packaging for this, and I'm really digging these white and red boxes. I think they just stand out, they just pop so much. The black boxes for Siege are fantastic, but these Netflix ones, there's something about them, they just pop. Just that red and white for the Autobots, which obviously goes with the Netflix logo, and then there's the red and white with the purple pops as well for the Decepticons. Mwah! I love my purple and black Decepticons, and this is an awesome box as well. So we can see at the front we have Chromia, we have Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy. This is part of the Netflix reissue. Takara Tomy, Hasbro at the bottom, and Transformers along the side. You can see inside that you get the lovely Autobot logo with Chromia's face in the background. You get this kind of filtered version of the classic Siege artwork now. Really nice, really like the way that they've done that. On the back we get the product shots of Chromia. She is an Autobot. She transforms in 15 steps to this cool little car mode here. On the side, lovely artwork as always with these Autobot logo. Really nice picture there of Chromia. At the bottom, do not eat, don't put it in your mouth, all that kind of stuff. And then at the top we have a very nice Autobot logo. Autobot logos I think are on most of these ones instead of having a Decepticon one there. So the packaging is absolutely fantastic. As always, we get the destructions. The destructions for these, with this being an Autobot, are red and black. Autobot logo there on the back. Really nice. Transformation on this one is actually a really simple transformation. It's one of the simplest in the Siege line, but that's a really nice destructions there. And because this is part of the Siege line for the Netflix reissue, we also get another piece of Teletran. So I've got two pieces of Teletran one, and I was right, mine's the floor, so this will just clip into my piece there and start to stand up, which is rather nice. I quite like it. But we didn't come here to look at boxes all day. Let's take a look at the main event. So this is Chromeos Alt Mode, and Chromeos Alt Mode is a Cybertronian kind of car vehicle mode, and I have to say I am in love with this. I think this is actually now one of my favorite alt modes for any of the Cybertronian vehicles in the Siege line. I'll leave it at Siege, not going on to the Earthrise line, but in Siege, and I'll tell you why. Because this is the most Cybertronian looking vehicle that I've seen that actually looks nice and makes sense. I know that Soundwave turns into whatever that is, Reflector turns into whatever that is, and a camera, but looks like they've taken a bit of a risk with the Chromia design, and I think this is such a beautiful looking vehicle mode. There's also a Nightbird version of this from the Transformers Select that I definitely want to pick up as well. So the vehicle mode itself has some absolutely fantastic molded detail all over this. Really like nice translucent blue screen, scratches, scuff marks, damage all over it. Really nice wheels. Obviously you can see the little peg in there. You have some of the little portholes here, so you can weaponize Chromia up as much as you want. You do get a little bit of the body showing through, but I still think it looks rather nice. And then you've got these two big exhaust ports here. It rolls very, very nicely, and I think it just looks absolutely beautiful. The paintwork that they have done on this, again, they've gone back to the kind of airbrushed look, and when I do the comparison between this and the Mirage later on, I'll show you the difference between the paintwork. I was disappointed in the Decepticon Mirage's paintwork because it wasn't as good as the work that we got with Hotlink, and this goes back to the more of the Hotlink style of paint, and I absolutely love it. I mean, this is supposed to be, I guess, the battle damage type stuff on it. You get some of the older type battle damage that we got on the Siege, but you've got this, and it just makes them look like they've been in a battle. It makes them, to me, it just makes them look a little bit more alive. Absolutely fantastic, beautiful looking vehicle mode. Accessories with this one, you can bring out a gun that can just, obviously because they all have the Siege ports, a little one comes with a gun here. The gun can just sit on the top here like so, or you can weaponize her up the same way you would with any other Siege toy, and you can add in extra weapons onto her in any which way you want, because you have all of these lovely little ports here, so you can weaponize her up to your heart's content. And now for the comparison, bring her out with her wavemate of Decepticon Mirage. Here is Decepticon Mirage, and you can see, this is what I'm talking about, the difference with the paint, right? That's more of like a splodge. You've got a bit of this up here, but this is more like a G2 styling, splat splat, 90s hot pink, blah, purple, blah. But when you look at the difference between that and you look at the difference between this, you can really see where I still feel that they messed up slightly on this by doing the paintwork like this. If it had been more like this, then Mirage would have been a lot better in my eyes. But you can see why I love this paintwork so much. That's how they look together. They look really nice. Obviously this one just needs to have better paint. And then next to the wavemate of Hotlink, you can see how these actually start to look fantastic together. Very similar with the way that the paint is done, and I absolutely love it. Okay, so next up, let's start with the transformation. So transformation wise, first of all, you're gonna have to pull off all the accessories and these two bits here. So these form the exhaust ports, so a little bit of a parts former there, but it's just accessories. It's not too bad. Then we're going to come around the back and fold the arms out first of all and bring these two sections down. Once we have these two sections down here, you can then start to loosen up the front piece here, and the front just loosens up by just pulling it out slightly and up. So you've got a little tabs here on this, so you want to pull them down on this side, and out, down and out. So you've got those two tabs there, and then this piece here at the top will just unclip like so, and that will free up the main section here. The main section here, then you're going to want to twist the body round like so before you start to maneuver this anymore, and you can lift this piece up and fold this piece down. Once you've done that, flip the arms down, and before you try to close this, you can flip out a little Chromia's head. So Chromia's head flips out like so. This then folds up, and these pieces fold back, so you've got that backpack, so she has quite a big backpack there. And you bring the arms down, and you bring the arms down, and then you bring these pieces forward, and then bring these around to the back. And there we go. We have our Chromia. So now we have Chromia transformed into the full bot mode. We can start to look at how nice this figure is, and I think this is a very nice figure as well. A couple of flaws in this mode for me, which we will get into in a second, but looking at it, transformation, I really like the transformation. Not overly complicated, very simple transformation here. When you bring it in, let's have a little look at the head sculpt. So the head sculpt is really nice. There's no light piping on this one, unfortunately. I think the original Siege figures, a lot of them had light piping, so this one has no light piping, but the eyes still look very nice. You've got this fantastic paintwork and so much molded detail as we go through. Lovely two-tone greys, blues, then you've got the airbrush styling as we come down to the legs. Lots more molded detail on this figure. Then we come around to this piece here where the legs are, gives them more molded detail here, and then we come around to the bloody big backpack at the back, which is unfortunate, shall we say. I know RC is going to have a very similar one for Earthrise, and very small kind of feet for this figure. So very nice. This is kind of where I have a little bit of an issue with the transformation. I really wish that these plugged in to the side here a little bit more, because they're not smooth, you know. It doesn't look quite right. I actually thought I transformed it incorrectly, but apparently I haven't. I just wish that these folded in to the legs, and I just wish that came over, and that would have been really nice to have a smoother finish there. And then there's also this big backpack that just chucks it off slightly when you're trying to do the posability on this figure. Articulation wise, it's a Siege figure. It has fantastic articulation. You get a very good movement on the head, of course, because of the transformation. You get nice movement on the arms, but it's impacted by the backpack, so you have to bend them out. Then you get at the elbow, you get a full 360 at the elbow and a good bend on the elbow. Hands also articulate oddly because of the transformation, but she can put her arm around people, so that's quite cool. Then we get some movement on the waist, but only a little bit, and I'll tell you why. Because this piece here, it pops off all the time on me. I'm pretty sure it will when I'm showing you the articulation, but just so you're aware, this piece here pops off all the time, and I have to end up clipping it back on. So you do get some hip movement, but only a little bit of a hip flex. Legs impacted because of this piece here, and the range of movement is alright at the front, but it suffers when it goes back. Legs, they swivel quite nicely. You get a good bend at the knee, again impacted because of this, and then you get some toe articulation front and back because of the transformation. But all in all, not bad. Ninja kick, I don't think this is gonna ninja kick whatsoever. Backpack, yeah, backpacks, small feet, and nope, she's not gonna do it. So that's unfortunate. Like I say, posability, balance on this figure is one of the biggest challenges that I've had. With her accessories, she does get some options with her accessories. So she has other gun, like so, and this gun you can unclip this kind of sight, and you can put that on the front, and then you can put this on the front, and you can put this on the front. And I don't know why you'd want a gun that's that long, but you can. My preferred one is to have the gun a little bit like this into the little handy, and then these two bits here that are the exhausts, you can just kind of clip them in here, and you can clip them in here, just like so. So she can keep everything on her, and there she is with her. Oh, there we go. So the hips unclipped. Then, like I said with this figure, you have a few challenges around the hips, and you can see the issues that I kind of have just making her stand up and pose. There we go. So she is a deluxe figure. So let's bring out her Wavemate Mirage, and again you can see how the paintwork is similar in parts, and then in other parts Mirage kind of lets himself down. So that's how they go together. You can see this paintwork's crap. This paintwork is very similar to this paintwork. I wish they could have done the whole thing like that. God damn, they ruined Mirage. Sorry, this isn't a Mirage review. Chromia looks fantastic. Next to this one, this whole wave is starting to look very, very, very good together. And then we can also bring out Hotlink. Hotlink, absolutely fantastic as well from this line. Very similar to Chromia, however the size is slightly different, obviously, because Hotlink is a Voyager class, but you can see how the two of the paint jobs that they have here are absolutely fantastic. And then just for shits and giggles, we can also bring out Heartburn as well, just to see how she stacks up next to Heartburn, who it comes with Hotlink, and they look very, very nice together. So now we come to my final recommendation, and would I recommend you go out and pick this up? If you already own a Chromia, then I guess this could be an easy pass for you guys, because you already own one, and there is literally just a box difference and a paint difference, and you get that piece of Teletran one, so it could be an easy mix. However, if you don't own Chromia yet, and I didn't own Chromia, this is a must for anyone's collection. I think this is a fantastic piece. Yes, it has its challenges with its legs and its hips popping off the front piece anyway, but overall I think this is a fantastic piece. I would definitely recommend anybody who wants to complete their Siege line and get it looking as good as it can to pick this piece up, and this is the best version of Chromia that I've seen from Siege. I got mine from Smith's Toys. Smith's Toys in Liverpool I went to, and wow, they have an amazing range of these Netflix. They have lots and lots of Hotlinks, so if you're still looking for a Hotlink, I recommend going to Smith's in Liverpool, because they had so many when I went there yesterday. And they also had the entire range of the Netflix ones. So they had the Mirage, they had Chromia, they had Sideswipe, and they also had Hound there as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up the Sideswipe and the Hound, just because I already have multiple versions of Sideswipe, which is probably going to be my next review, actually, all my different versions of Sideswipe. But overall, I would say go for your life. Pick this girl up. She's well worth it. Guys, thanks for checking out my latest video. Let me know if you've picked this up. Are you feeling these new paint jobs on the Netflix reissues? And let me know how you feel about all that down in the comments. And guys, if you like what I'm doing around here, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one in a bit. Peace!